better at doing that. And I am. Like this year, I told myself, 2021 was a great year for my career, but 2022 is gonna be a great year for me, essentially.
I like that.
Yeah.
Too, I like that a lot, and that's why we're here today, right? You guys are starting on a new endeavor that is extremely promising.
I
guess so. the whole morning, he's been going around going, yeah, man. Holy shit, we started a beverage company, a hydration drink called Prime Hydration. We're going to rival the biggest brands in the world: Gatorade, Powerade, Pepsi,
Coke. I mean, it's the idea that us YouTubers.
No, not just YouTubers.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Well, yeah.
YouTube was one of the biggest beefs.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy how it came about. Crazy how we just in 6 months, bro. Like I still have the DM you messaged me with, being like, "Yo, I've got an idea."
Dude, you know how hard that was for me?
Yo, shit, really?
Well, because dude, like how do you just go to someone who is like historically like y'all hated each other? We hated each other, dude. Or at least had to convince ourselves that we hated each other, right? It's hard to get in a boxing ring and fight someone that you like.
Yeah.
And we did it twice. And so I had this idea, and I was like, dude, JJ would be the perfect partner for this. And we had the podcast, and we had kind of made amends, and we had reconciled. But we still weren't 100% sure. And so bringing you and pitching you anything is difficult, let alone.
Oh, bro, I'm always like really like touchy when it comes to anything.
Of course.
Like I don't just say yes to anything when it comes to like business.
You just said you did say yes.
Well, that's what I mean. No.
Let me wash your dishes. Yes. Clean your room. Yes.
Well, with business, obviously it's different because it's like the brand and you work towards. Yeah.
And you have layers too. I went through your manager.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I told your manager about it first because I said, hey, I have this idea. I'd love to tell whoever a contact on your team. And then I kind of massaged it to him. I went the professional route.
Yeah.
And it worked. What intrigued you about it? I'm curious, like, what you liked about it.
Well, so I've always wanted to do a hydration drink. It's so funny, like, I was actually working on one.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and then you came up to me with this idea. I was like, fuck off. But then I was like,
person. It's really weird.
But then, I was like, okay, I wanted to make sure, like, it has everything that I want it to have. So I didn't want it to just be like a Pepsi or Coke where it's got like 150 calories a drink or even more. I think it's crazy amounts in America for like, I wanted something with, low calories. I wanted something that tasted good. And, it was something you could just drink every day and it was alright. And I didn't feel like shit after it. And I was like, cool, let's make sure that happens. And you're like, cool, let's work on it. And boom.
6 months later, we have 3 million bottles going to Walmart, Target, Kroger, CVS, Ralph's, GNC, Vitamin Shop. I'm sorry, what?
Exactly.
How does that happen?
The whole thing's surreal. But I think for me, it's still taking a while to process. Like, even today when we were, like, going through all the stock and just checking it all out and just having it in our hands again, just really just embracing the whole moment. It's just, it's surreal, man.
Our faces are on the vans outside.
Bro, it's...
But it's funny because for me it seemed it just made so much sense. This is, by the way, how I'm making decisions now. If something is so like fucking blatantly obvious, I almost like have to take it. Like in my opinion, the hydration beverages that are on the market right now are like either A, not good for you, B, taste like shit, or C, are archaic as fuck. Gatorade's been around for 15 years. It's 120 calories. It's so high in sugar, it's fucking garbage.
Yeah, man.
Why has no one effectively made a drink that is actually better for you and is affordable and tastes good?
That's it. It's the most important thing. Like, it just has to taste good. And I like, same with, like, what was it? Is it Lucozade Sport? Like, I hate
Is that a British?
That's a British, a British drink.
us Yankees don't have it.
But like, like, I drink that and be like, this tastes like fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, how the fuck am I ever gonna get anywhere near of like creating a drink where I can make it taste good and put it in stores.
Well, that's the thing. We do have a little bit of a secret weapon. Our manufacturers are fucking wizards.
Yes, we have
very, very, very good team. But, dude, I'm so glad y'all said yes. This journey is gonna be incredible.
I'm so excited, like we've created this thing, and yeah.
I feel bad because we're like pulling you in so many different directions. Like you have to come to LA.
No. Well, you came to the UK.
That's
yeah. We did a little.
But I only came there for Prime. You're doing like 10 different things here during this week, you know?
Yeah, just like music. Working on my next album. Yeah,
Sick.
just like
Sick.
writing.
And that too. That guy right there. What's that guy doing?
Oh, Emerson. Wes, big boy Wes. So he's been filming me the whole time since around June. Just like literally my whole life. Just what's going on.
You like him, I assume, huh?
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he's cool. Bro. He's seen me, the highs and the lows.
So, I mean, not to get into, but when you were going through all the
yeah.
everything,
yeah.
And it was just him, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. He just essentially mainly him.
That's my one concern about filming everything is sometimes when shit gets a little too real.
Yeah.
I like to turn the cameras off.
Yeah.
But you kept them going.
Just kept it going.
Oh my god.
I'm sure the people are gonna love that.
That's what I was just gonna say. That's what made that transparency, honesty, just like always on nature. That's what makes or breaks programs, content, everything.
Yeah.
Like if you're willing to just go out and say, "Yo, we never turn the cameras off." During the harshest moments, during the moments where I was completely, fucked, we let you watch all that. That's what sells. That's what really makes people tune in.
Yeah. It's I've always just been an honest person, and like I've always just been a person that just goes, yeah. It is what it is. I'm not going to try and pretend that, things are working out when they're not. It's just how it is, and I think people are going to really see like a completely different side to what they normally see online. When online, I'm always like happy or decent and having fun, etc. Whereas a lot of times people don't see what goes on behind the scenes, how much work goes into like creating the things that people see all the time.
You know what I think about a lot? I'm gonna try to
Нет,
iterate
Сашко,
this in the best way possible.
Я пришла погулять по всей
But
крепости.
very hard.
Побегать.
So, like you just described, people are gonna see a side of you maybe they haven't seen before. Okay. Now add that to the diagram, or the pie chart that people.
Знаешь, я уже 5 телефонов поменяла, и на этих всех 5 телефонов надо менять Wi-Fi на школе. Понимаешь?
That's why creators, YouTubers, influencers are able to create such a large audience that really falls in love with them because they know you, right? When people see me in the street, it's like, what you
Завтра выйдет вечный Сашко. Вечный выйдет в интернете завтра. Знаешь, я должна спать. Что это за дрова?
Bingo.
It's not like, oh shit, those wolves there, and they just move on. They'll just come up to you and be like, oh hey, how you doing?
Which I love, and it's part of the biggest blessings of being in this career because a lot of maybe A-list celebrities, you don't really know who they are.
Ну, меня бегала,
Their work.
Саша может
So
посмотреть.
my question is, as someone who is doing traditional work and art, like music, like basically sometimes separating art from the person is hard, and sometimes the art is better than the person, right? Like how many times do you see or hear or watch a piece of work and then like meet the person and realize it fucking sucks, and now it ruins it for you because you don't like the person, so you don't appreciate the art. But people know so much about you that I wonder if it, I don't know if it is the word, but affects how people consume your music, for example, or any other body of work that you do besides media.
That's a big ass question.
I don't know.
No, I know exactly what you mean. It's just how to try and answer it.
I'm worried about showing too much of me and doing too much. when I want to create like a body of work that I want to be completely removed from who I am.
Yeah, I think with me, like a lot of people, a lot of people have seen all the things that they see online, obviously, but things like family, things like my relationships, things like what I love, etc., what I do, that's not on camera. Um, People don't know, so it's kind of like there's still always that sense of mystery. Like even when I was, with my ex, no one knew who she was. Like there was still this air of mystery. Like who is she? Blah blah blah. We're all intrigued, and I still hold things back. And obviously with Amazon, like they're gonna show things, but it's only for like a glimpse. They only get to show it for that period, and then after the filming's done, like then there's the air of mystery again because it's like, oh, what happens next?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I feel like with music, I think that's why with certain music, people are intrigued to figure out like what's going on in their head, what's going on, and like I think that's why a lot of people want to know what is going on in my head, what am I thinking, like if I made another album of me just being like, oh, I got tons of girls, I got tons of money, blah blah this, blah blah that, it's kind of just like people already know that, like, well, people know that I can,
Like if I had just talk about all the bitches I can get and the money in my people know that. What am I gonna bother them with common sense?
No, but it's like to be expected. It's like
It's already been
I'm
done.
famous. I've got money. Obviously, women are going to be there, but it's kind of like when I talk about my feelings and what's going on in my head, and I'm torn between wanting to be with my ex or wanting to find a new relationship or figuring out where my life is and why I have to go see a therapist and stuff like that. And talking about that stuff people just don't normally hear and are intrigued about. And I feel like that's why it's like a lane that I want to kind of venture into and really make music on.
That's like the age old thing. It's like as you watch a person in music or movies, as you watch their art rise, you generally start to see their protection of their personal life rise with it.
Yeah.
And so like you said, to protect either their art form or their their personal space or whatever. But in this creator age, what you're doing by talking about mental health to millions of people, by talking about seeing a therapist, by talking about your deepest, darkest stuff, that's what the people want.
Yeah.
That's what the people really want, and that's what allows you guys to create a product that will be a $1 billion brand.
Yeah.
Because people don't want any more sugar coated money, bitches. I got a Rolls Royce.
They've
seen that shit.
Everyone's doing.
They want to know how to get out of the fucking mud. They want to know what you're doing to get out of the mud. They want to know all the stuff that goes on in your mind because that's the stuff that they can relate to and the stuff that they can then mirror in their lives. And so, like, I think it's important, for you guys to continue to remember that. What is the more effective thing that I do to leave a mark on this planet? Is it creating music that I feel good about, or is it really showing what I'm like on the inside and giving people something to take home with it?
Yeah, and I think that's why, like, with certain music, people like XXX Tentacion, like, bro, like, with his music, people can relate to it. That like, there's just that connection. Whereas, like, if you're just there, like, oh, I go to the club, everyone looks at me, I got money, blah blah blah, I'm strippers, blah blah this, blah. I mean, yeah, I guess there's a little connection, like you do that every now and then, but like, we're all human, and we all go through human things, and we go through problems, we go through highs and lows, and trying to talk about that and assess that it's intriguing. So.
We were just in Stade for New Year's, Stade, Switzerland.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and dude, we were in a room once where the total net worth was over $1 trillion.
Over $1 trillion.
There were more billionaires there than there were not billionaires there.
What?
Actually absurd. But what we found was they got the same fucking problems that we do.
Yeah, man.
And we got the same fucking problems that everyone has watching this. Granted, all right, money helps. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
Oh yeah, of course.
Money helps.
It makes it.
I don't want to whine.
It helps with comfort.
Bingo.
100%, yeah.
Like it's like a temporary little like coating on a cake.
Yeah.
But the insides are still the same.
Yes.
And I think there's like the through line of relatability that creators in general are much better at showing and being transparent to the people watching.
Yeah.
Everybody bleeds the same. Everybody breathes the same. The money is comfort and security.
Yeah.
And those are huge things. Don't get me wrong, but it also, as you know, I'm sure, and can attest to, brings its own problems. Have you seen having money and what kind of problems have you dealt with? What are the biggest downfalls of being a famous creator? Because you know every kid watching this wants to be you.
I think if I'm being honest, it's more the fame has been more of a problem than the money. I think if I was like a private, quiet millionaire, billionaire, yeah, like I think life would be easier than being a famous millionaire, billionaire. I think with me, a big problem, especially with my ex, or any of the girls I was with, like having people always just constantly coming up to us, like all the time, like even when I'm like eating dinner, and normally with someone like, let's say, I remember I went to, what's it called? I think it's Hakkasan or Novikov. I think it was Hakkasan, and Freda was there. Keanu Reeves was there. They're all just chilling, and I was there, and I was like, out of all those three people, everyone would just come to me. Like I would be the one that people would just walk to and just be like, "Hey, yo, what's up, bro? How you doing?" Someone like Fredo, they'd just be like, "Oh shit, that's Fredo," and that leave it at that. Or Keanu Reeves, you just look at me, and that's it. Whereas with me, it's like you come up to me, you demand a photo, and it's just like.
Have you seen his roundhouses? Have you ever seen the man kick? Yeah.
No, I've seen how he wields a weapon though.
Have you seen him box?
You're talking about Keanu?
Yes, he beat my best friend.
I know he fucked me up though. Like, what with a fucking gun? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, he can wield.
Yeah.
Supposedly that new Matrix is.
Yeah, it's not. It's not him.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why they made it though.
Probably not.
The writer was like going through something like personal, and it was her only way of getting out of it. That's what I heard.
Oh, well, great for the one person.
Yeah, that's
shit for everybody who bought a ticket to that fucking movie. I've not seen one person that
Dude, I was
like,
expecting so much of a different answer.
No.
I was expecting like, it's just not a reason to fund a multiple
Actually, now you know what? The
movie.
movie is actually pretty good now.
Speaking of good ass movies, Spider-Man had me fucking
one of the craziest I've ever seen.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much spoiled at this point. If you haven't watched it by now, then that's a tough luck.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Spoil it.
You haven't seen Spider-Man?
Spoil it. No. I just watched it yesterday, and
if I spoil it, people would actually
get in trouble. Yeah. Do you think the reason why people come up to you is because of what we talked about earlier about how open you are? Like they feel like they know you. That's my homie JJ.
Well, I think it's just because essentially people know me more than I know myself. Yeah. It's like I've been online for 10 plus years, and I've been doing YouTube the whole time, and they've just seen my growth. So it's like like we're friends, and it's like I've never met the person. They come up to me like, "Yo, what's up, dude? How you doing?" And it's crazy. Like people who are like my friends or who are with me think, "Oh, you know him or her." And I'm like, I've never met him or her in my life.
Do you have to pretend like you do?
Well, I kind of just know. I don't know you, but like, what's up? But then, obviously, if they ask for a photo, I take a photo. But like, I take a photo if I'm not doing anything. If I'm doing something, I go, "Oh, I'm sorry, man, I'm kind of busy right now." Some people don't understand that, and it can be really annoying and frustrating. Some people understand that are really cool, but like some people are just there like, "No, bro, it's just a photo. Give me 2 seconds." And I'm like, "No, it isn't just 2 seconds because if I take a photo with you, I have to take a photo with the next person and the next person and the next person."
When people tell you, last one. You know what I say? I go, okay. You're gonna tell everyone else that yours was the last one.
Yeah.
After we take this one, all right? but you gotta try. You gotta try.
Yeah.
Your friend Randolph.
Yeah.
Is gonna be a dad.
Oh yeah.
His video and all your guys' reactions made me tear up, man.
Bro, it's just crazy. Like it made me think like, shit, I'm getting old. It's getting to that point.
How do you think I feel?
What?
most sincere laugh on the podcast. I forgot fucking people, man. Dinosaur.
Shit, sorry, bro. Anyway, yeah, no, like it's crazy. Even like Vic getting engaged as well.
That too, I saw that.
Bro,
So you're seeing your friends around you fully going into, hey, I'm an adult now with a family.
Yeah.
And you just kind of the opposite.
Did the complete opposite. And now it's just me and Toby being single, whereas everyone else is just in a relationship for quite a while now.
How the girls been?
I mean, this we could be here for hours. Man's looking at me like, oh. I mean, look, okay, well, I had one girl, fuck me, bro. I think this is one of the reasons why I had COVID, and then after it, I had tonsillitis.
Because the girl.
No, not because of what she did to me, or maybe, I don't know.
What happened?
Basically,
Are you okay?
So there's this girl. I don't want to say too much, but like, she was really nice, lovely person. Really got along. And then there was one thing she told me. She said that she used to be a devil worshiper.
No.
And I was like, I know. I was like, what? I said, hail Satan and all that shit. And she was like,
you got anything to smash? He's like, yeah, bro, 666. He's like, 69, that's 666. But you know what I'm saying?
I was like,
doing blood sacrifices over it.
Yeah. I was like, nah, you're taking a piss. And she was like, yeah, like the whole Ouija board shit and everything. She believed that. And I was like, what? And she was like, obviously now I don't, I'm not really that into it. I was like,
Yeah, obviously.
I'm not really that into it.
No, this was after we like hooked up and all.
Oh, so, okay, that is literally the scariest thing.
So I've already. No.
With the devil.
Whoa. Wrapped up, bro. I always wrap up.
Oh, wow,
Always wrap up.
nice.
Yeah. But like, what do we show?
Sure.
What?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah. So when she told me that, bro, I was like, yeah, man. In back of my head, I was like, I got to end this, bro. I got to cut this up because I could only hear my mom screaming like,
You know
Tete, are you mad? I never was a man. After all I've done for you, church every Sunday for 18 years, and you want to bring home a devil worshiper? Satan at my doorstep.
the girl enters his house like, no wonder he smashed. She's like, you should see her head. She can do a backbend. She can do a backbend up there now.
Yo, shit, alright.
This ain't so bad. Oh man.
But yeah, no, as soon as I started seeing her, bro, got COVID and then tonsillitis, I was like, yeah, she put a spell on me.
100%.
Yeah.
She's got a little doll of you that she pokes.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm about to get next. Like, shit.
Whoa. A child. You just thought she was gonna tell you she does OnlyFans. She's an only a fan of the devil.
Wild.
Shit.
Well, yeah, bro. Like, oh my god, like these past few months, bro. Dating. I've been, but like, how many dates would you go in a week? What's like a normal amount?
If I was single.
Yes.
I don't know. I was more of a type of guy that I found a few people that I was interested in and spent time with them. But also let them know that I'm single.
Okay.
So I wasn't like I the roster.
We do rosters here in LA.
You guys are sluts. Don't compare me to you.
What you're saying is the exact same thing.
You guys are sluts. You're a romantic slut. You're like the worst type of slut. You're like, I love you, big mom.
Yes.
And then he'll use his own tears for lube. He's like, why does she love me? First off, I find this completely inappropriate.
You know how many toothbrushes this kid has in his house? Like 40 girls' toothbrushes.
I live in Puerto Rico.
I live in Puerto Rico.
Are you
So how are you having so much? Like,
did they come from?
No. I'm abstinent for 2022.
Wait, have you ever flown a girl out?
Have you ever?
Yeah.
Out?
Have I ever?
It's like Southwest. You've not.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I. Oh, I have, but it was for a diss track. Who was the Net Nobody?
That doesn't count.
That's work. Yeah. But you would too.
That doesn't work.
If you were on a secluded island in the middle of the Atlantic, you know, you're in London. You got some tings there.
You don't got
yeah,
choice. You don't got plenty of girls in London. How many dates you going on?
Bro, 7.
One a week?
One a day. One a day, bro. One different girls, bro. And it was like that for like 2-3 months.
Oh my god.
Define date. What are these dates like? Tell me like what a normal date.
It was. I think for me it was quite nice just to like, because I'm so used to always talking about myself. It was nice to talk to a woman and be like, oh, let me know about your life. Let me know about what you're doing.
You guys really are.
Hey, your girlfriend's screaming in a room.
I told you, put your phone away. I want to tell you about my day.
It's really good to talk about somebody else, not yourself.
And then she's like, this angel goes straight to the devil worshiper.
Shit.
That was a lot of dates, man.
Yeah, bro.
Holy shit.
It was stupid the amount. Bro, I was talking to like 14 plus women at the same time. WhatsApp.
Do they know that? Are you open about?
Oh yeah, I was open. Like I'm seeing different women.
What is?
But they didn't know it was like 14.
Can I ask what the culture is like in London? Like, are you going on dates and are you fucking after the dates?
It kind of depends. Like sometimes, if the girl was up for it, then yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But I never pushed. I was just there like whatever happens, happens. And I'd sometimes go on a few dates, and then we'll do it, and then sometimes it'll be one day, and then we'll do it. It's just, but it's
the problem is not the problem is the game you just described your game of asking questions and really listening and really taking an interest in the girl is it's not my approach. It's just like how I am. Like I also like listening. I don't want to talk about myself. Like that's the last thing I do that here. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
But everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants to be heard. My number one piece of feedback I get from women that I'm involved with is I feel very seen by you. And I imagine you probably give the girls a similar type of attention.
Well, yeah, bro. I would send them like either like long voice notes or paragraphs of just text of just like what I was doing in my day and stuff like that. And like a lot of people just don't put that effort.
Okay.
And I don't know how the fuck I was able to even do it to that many women. Like I'd have to write notes on like different women just to make sure I remember.
Like so much work.
It is. And like that's why like I've now stopped seeing all women.
Oh, we're the same person. Yo, listen. Listen to this for a second. I have been yelling at this kid for sending what I call novels. I'll look over his shoulder, and he's 40 bars down to some girl, and I'm like, dude, you haven't talked to this girl. I'm like, he's like, no, I have. Trust me, man. He's like, it's like chapter 6 of one text that he's sending, and then probably like a month and a half ago, he goes, done with girls. I'm done. Like he goes, I'm done with women. I go, you like guys now? Like what happened? He goes, I don't know. I'm just done with women. Yeah. So you guys are literally moving in fucking parallel.
That's jokes.
You guys ever feel like you're picking the wrong? Well, you are picking the wrong. Have you ever felt like you guys are? Where the fuck did you even meet? Where did you meet Satan girl? She's like church. I don't know.
It's like me and Simon. We had the Ouija board out, and all of a sudden she just came out of nowhere.
Appeared in the corner of the room. She's looking bad as hell. Paranormal Activity, you see a camera, but instead of like the bed, like throwing him around, just turning him around and just like playing around. I was gonna say something.
No. So it's all just rare, bro. All the girls.
Nice.
Just what? Oh no. Oh no. What was that?
We have decided not to.
What happened? I got banned from rare.
You got banned. How?
I was on there for 12 hours.
12 hours?
I did nothing wrong.
Wait, what?
Even got some good matches. Beautiful women on Riot. And all of a sudden, I was greeted with a screen that was half completed. Like, this was definitely the first time they'd shown this screen to any user. Like, I was the guinea pig.
Yeah.
And it said, due to some extenuating circumstances, Rhea has decided not to. Didn't even finish the sentence. Did not even finish the sentence. Like, they hadn't even completed this screen on the user interface in case a user was no longer allowed on their platform. So I'm assuming I probably upset one of the founders in real life, and they like hand selected me to be blacklisted.
Damn.
Why this is problematic is because like, I don't know how the fuck to meet girls.
Yeah. I like use Tinder.
Just strictly Instagram.
No, nothing.
So I used Instagram once, where I actually DM'd the girl once.
Sorry, wait. You DM'd one girl?
One girl in my life. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever like DM'd the girl, and it was crazy, bro. I felt like a little kid. I sent her a message, and then I just dropped my phone like ah.
It's scary.
Yeah, bro.
It's scary.
I was like, shit, alright, well, and I just kept looking to see if she seen it. I was like, oh, bro, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And then she replied, and I was like, oh my fucking god. And like, she was down, like, to chill on the
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like the first time, and I've never done it since.
It's horrifying.
It's not really my
but
thing.
it eventually becomes a science where you know that every single DM you put out is getting responded to positively. Like, what's your
every?
I did send one yesterday that didn't get a response. I'll show it.
It's only yesterday. I'd like to see it.
It's really bad.
I'd like to see it.
Okay. You know how you wait for the right story to respond to, so you have something very witty to say to them?
Which, by the way, JJ, is the game should you decide to
Don't message, don't hit send message. Find the right story that you can relate to and come up with some witty banter to send back to it.
Their story.
Yeah, they posted. Because they're happening in real time and they can relate to what you're saying. Maybe you can relate to their story.
Okay.
Yesterday, there was this girl that wanted to DM because I was in New York at the time and she was in New York at the time. So I was like, damn, I'm running low on options here. I'm just going to come up with some dumb shit. And this is somebody that I've been like kind of holding in my saved in collection for a while now. And I sent out a real subpar DM. And once, by the way, once you miss, it's over. It's a wrap.
Oh,
There's no second chance. There's no coming back.
Because by the way, she definitely saw it. She's like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
Moron.
Or you unsend and now you're that pussy.
Well, now when you go to the DM, it says this person sent you a message.
Oh, yeah.
You want to be unsend guy?
I've never done anything like that. Yeah.
No, I still got some DMs that are open. The biggest one that I have failed on is Anya Taylor-Joy, the Queen's Gambit girl. Still just
Hanging there. Yes.
Wait, so you legit like famous women?
Yeah.
Just
JJ, I have very like. No, because I don't. I'm particular as fuck. I'll probably send 10 DMs a year, maybe. Which isn't a lot, but.
Well, would you say you have a type?
No, bad bitches.
That's the only thing that he likes.
What?
It's a song. Bad bitches is the only thing that I like. No type. Mikey, let me see this.
I am strong. Here it is. This is the worst the worst I've ever sat in my life. It was just for context. It was a story of her in New York City, and I'm like,
Was New Year's good or was everyone scared?
go outside.
Wait, what?
Obviously,
It's not even funny. It's not even funny to like talk about. It's just sad. I feel sad.
It's kind of
That's what you say to somebody at the grocery store when you want to talk to them.
What?
New York had an Omicron surge, so people were like kind of not going out, and everyone's kind of scared.
Okay.
But it was awful. It was awful, and I'm more than willing to listen. You can't just
She just replied,
like
yeah,
it sucks.
yeah, everyone's scared.
Then I'm in and I'll figure it out. But like that was just it was awful. It was awful. I generally don't do that.
Is there ever a response that you're like, I can't work with this?
Yeah, well, that happens all the time. So when you send a very relaxed response to their story and they respond, sometimes they'll just respond with one word, I'll never talk to the girl ever again.
Okay.
Like if they respond with one word, they're not. I'm just done.
Yeah,
I walk away from it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
But occasionally, bro, the majority of times you send a DM response to a story, they'll come back with some fun shit, and you have a good conversation. Like it's generally not.
Do you check to see if anyone's DM'd you? Because Instagram has a top request button now.
Yeah, but mine's just like fucked.
Mine
doesn't
way
work.
glitchy, right?
Yeah,
Way
so
glitchy.
I'm just like,
It worked for like a month. It works for a couple days at a time, and then it stops, and it just mixes up all the messages.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I just don't waste my time with that. So I guess that's why I just,
I just am confused, just the energy for the dates, man, because like I'm afraid to get caught on a date with someone who like is fucking sucky or boring.
But even if they're boring or sucky, then I just make it interesting.
Bingo. I love that.
No, but then I just like come up with just like,
let's do headstands.
well, no.
Get the Ouija board back out.
Get the leader motion.
No, but like just random shit. Just like, would you? All right, if you're in between, what? Okay, let's say, would you rather eat your dad's ass or your mom's ass? You know, like just shit like that. And first of all, she'd be like, "What the fuck?"
See, I never thought about
like,
that.
Then I'll be like, "No," but like, I'm just spicing up the conversation.
Be like, you suck, and I had no choice but to say something extremely fucked up.
Do you start drinking more? Do you drink?
Yeah, I drink.
So if it kind of sucks, the date sucks, you pour it on a little bit heavier.
I know, I have to drink anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink anyway. Yeah. Oh no, there's sometimes when she doesn't drink, and then it's like it'd be weird for me to drink. So then
I always feel like a fucking degenerate when I'm ordering like double Moscow mules and they're just drinking water, and then eventually I have to just chill.
Yeah.
And by the end of the date, I'm feeling way too probably good.
There's bones.
I think one thing I told myself I'd never ever do is date a singer. I don't think I'll ever date a singer.
Why?
Because you gotta think, when, let's say you're dating a singer, like, what's she writing about?
Oh yeah.
Her life.
100%.
Yeah, and chances are it's gonna be about you, and obviously a relationship isn't just, there's gonna be some lows as well. So like, I feel like with that, especially with two musicians, like I don't know how Jay-Z and Beyonce.
I have no idea.
Yeah, but like a lot of times there's a bit of a, I know, what's the word?
Lemonade was about Jay-Z, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a
bunch
of. But wouldn't that scare you no matter what vertical of entertainment they're in? Like the idea of dating somebody else who has a voice and is famous, like unless you can confirm the eternal 24/7 sanity of that person, you're putting yourself at a little bit of risk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you'd have to be 100% with that woman. And yeah, it's one of those things where like you don't know, like if you have a bad day, she might go on Twitter and just go da 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 da.
You don't say. I've been through it.
I believe. I feel like the fuck, bro. Just talk to me, privately, etc. So it's hard to find like the right woman.
I thought you were gonna say because they're fucking crazy, man.
Whoa.
Singers, actresses, female artists, male artists, all artists.
Well,
but I just happen to have been dealing with female artists.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but
I'll be honest, bro, they're fucking crazy. Which is why they're great at art.
Correct.
Which is, by the way, also unfortunately why I fucking love them. Because like, there's a level there where we can just talk about just this weird like creative art form that I can't maybe with the lawyer girl or the girl who's studying in college, right? The educated girl.
Yeah, but then you can throw her into it.
Some of that weirdness is either in you or it's not. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of the things that's hard to teach.
Yeah.
The first time I ever got the first time in a relationship, I was doing a self-tape with my girlfriend, and she had this really crazy scene where she had to break down crying. And I remember reading it, and I was like, in my head, I go, this is a tough scene, bro. I don't think she's gonna fucking get this. Bro, she blew me away And for like a week, it fucked me up. I was like, has this bitch been lying to me when she's crying? Because like it was so, dude, I swear, even the way she wiped her tear when she was looking at the camera, I was like, I've seen this when she said she was sorry. Was she sorry? And it like really messed me up. So now like dead ass, like I like an asshole. She'll cry. I'm like, yo, cut the shit. Like, is this real or not? And she's like, what the fuck are you saying?
Fucking crying, dude.
Yeah.
You used to deal with that too.
I made a rule. Don't date actresses.
So no
No,
singers.
no,
So no singers.
They can just lie.
Oh, yeah,
Once
yeah.
again, two entertainment verticals that you won't date. Like, what else do you guys have in fucking common? You don't date singers. You don't date actresses. Like, what's good?
That's one of the reasons I'm like, I don't think I could date someone in my field. I'm kind of fucked myself because I've kind of entered so many fields.
Shit.
Nothing
no
you don't do.
No business women, no singers, no fighters, no YouTubers, no
Can't date
entertainers.
a person that sells drinks now. Like, just
So that's why he's like, I don't worship the devil. So she's perfect.
she's like, come drink from my cup. He's like, no, drink from my cup, bitch. What the fuck?
This is prime hydration. I was gonna ask you your. This is business related. I was gonna ask you your drink of choice, and I hope you. I'm sure you're primed up to answer this properly. Not your alcohol drink of choice.
That's what, just in general.
Don't you have an alcohol?
First drink of the night. You
Well-
sit down. Can I get a?
I'll say Bailey's.
Okay.
I know
I
you
actually
expect
do
me to say
that.
XIX.
Yes.
No, it's actually just a Bailey's.
What is Bailey's, by the way?
Creamy.
It's like a creamy.
Now, isn't that from old? Like, I'm old Greg.
You ever drink Bailey's out of a shoe?
Yes. Okay. That's
Wait,
where that's where I heard
You
it.
ever go to a club where people wee on each other?
Wait,
I'm old Greg.
Greg. Wait, you went to the box. Wait.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's a place in.
Was that what old Greg was talking about? The box. Oh my god.
Wow.
Do you know old Greg? First off.
I know of.
Okay. So yes, I've been to the box. The answer is yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see anyone weeing or pooping on each other.
I
I know.
You got half the experience.
Wait, I'm sorry. What the fuck did you guys just say?
Yeah.
Pee and poop on each other?
It gets worse.
Yeah.
How does it get worse than pee and poop?
Trust me. Okay, one example.
I know where you found the girl. He's like this. How long have you been here?
I think there was one where there was a guy who had tits on. I don't know. Well, I guess transgender or trans. I don't know. But like, basically, they started just stuffing stuff up their ass.
How much stuff could they
Just continuously, and then started squaring it out on people. Yeah, just like that type of shit. Well, it's
That
mad.
type of shit.
I've never seen that type of shit before.
But then, have you ever been downstairs?
Yeah.
So I've never been downstairs, but I heard it's just a massive orgy.
Oh no, wait, maybe not that part upstairs.
Oh shit! Oh, okay.
How many
Just
downstairs
rats you
are
out.
there?
It's like a secret club. It's like, yeah, I've been there.
Well, yeah.
Because you know
Like,
it's a franchise, right? It's in New York. It's in London.
wait, there's one in.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
the same
shit.
box in New York. It is. I've never seen a long one like that.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Wait, okay, and mind you, I'm not trying to play stupid. Like, what do you mean by, like, they're just pooping and peeing on it? Why would anybody come and...
Georgie, how else can we say this to you?
But why is it an establishment?
That I actually
Great
understand.
question.
How's
How
that a
is
business
that
model?
even a thing? How do you get a job there?
Well, it's because it's.
What are the job
Like, are
applications
felons
hiring
allowed to be
process?
there? Are they, like, checking credit, background? Like, what is the deal? How do you...
They're just checking bladders.
They're like, I have an extremely deep and large rectum. I can probably fit most things up there. They're like, oh, that's interesting. You're hired. How do you get a job there?
I don't know.
Are they
I've seen-
good-looking people?
Why are you guys there so much? Why
No,
is this...
I've only been once.
You go one time because
Just to see it.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Gotcha.
have to see. You
Okay.
have to see it.
Did you go with friends, or did you guys...
Oh, of course, wonderful. By myself.
I went
Why are you there, bro? You're making it seem like it's even normal to be there.
Let's go by myself.
You're sitting home one day, you're like, I heard there's a place where they shit on. Explore it alone.
I went alone.
Do they sell food there?
Yeah, it comes out of people's asses.
It's oh my god, I'm trying to think. There's another place in Berlin.
There's Tic Tac. Tic Tac in Berlin and Burn, whatever that the B is. Those are the most fucked up.
But I've never been able to get in.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, it's like
you have to be dressed.
Have you guys got?
Nah, I've never been in.
Like they turn you away at the door, or some guy just decides.
He looks at you and go, nah.
Yeah. The Tic Tac one, I think that's what it's called. You go in and the first thing they do is hand you a hanger. You take your clothes off immediately.
Huh?
Immediately upon entry.
What?
Otherwise, you ain't going in.
Shit.
The one you're talking about is like Burner. I can't remember what it's called, but that's like the main one.
But yeah, where it's like you see some crazy
fucked up shit.
Like the box, but like you're experiencing it.
Yeah, you can jump in. I mean, as long as it's cool.
Try Les Mills Plus, free for 30 days. The ultimate.
You can get involved in the sex.
Okay, so the box is like an entertainment thing. You go to watch it.
Yes, it's more of a watching thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
burlesque. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always cool.
No. Like that's the style that the box is. It's like burlesque entertainment. You watch fucked up shit happen.
I'm so curious on how that started. I met the guy. I met the guy who founded the box in London at Chiltern.
Wow. Oh wow.
I met him, and as soon as I met him, I said, "Now I get it."
Makes sense.
It's one of those.
Yeah. But it's not the only. I mean, even like Cirque is a little weird. You guys got a lot of weird.
Yeah, Cirque is a little bit, but it's not as crazy.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
But I don't know. It's just like a show while you're drinking apple pie. It's like, oh, you just see a show.
I got a show for you. So you started this business with Logan, but as most people know, he's the popular older brother of a different member. And I just want to ask you a couple questions before we go too far today.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right, let's go then. I'm ready.
Okay. So does being in business now with the older brother kind of revise or edit the way that you would talk normally about? Got it.
No, I still fucking hate him. I'm sorry, Logan. But yeah, I think he's a cunt. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, obviously he's smashed it. Mm-hmm. Like, he's killed it. Like, you know, like with what he's done, yeah, fair fucking play. Like, it's pretty good. Like, knocking the way he knocked out Woodley, stupid. Like, and people are saying it's fake. It's not fake. Like, he cleaned him out, and he was like a great shot. But I don't know. For me, like, I can't in my heart be like, oh, I like him now. Like, I just can't. I don't know. It's like
a lot of bad blood. There's a lot of bad blood.
Yeah.
But it's like there was also bad blood with you and Logan for a long time. Do you ever see a day where Jake is able to either provide something to you or make you feel in a certain way like you guys become friends?
I think maybe when I beat him. Yeah. But the thing is, look, I know everyone's always going, okay, all right, shut the fuck up, KSI. You haven't been in the ring for so long. You're not going to be able to beat Jake Paul. Look at Jake Paul. Look at blah, 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 blah. But then I go, styles make fights. Like, if you find a certain person that Jake is just horrible against, and, you know, he's had less experience than Jake, he's still going to beat Jake because he knows that he knows, like, what works against Jake compared to what Jake tries to do with the person he's fighting. So that has a different style.
I would.
Obviously, you have to be involved. You have to just.
This is gonna be so fucking interesting.
Yeah. It's a weird one to do. Yeah.
Jake's drinking your product. He's like,
sponsorship.
My business partner versus my brother.
I say, yeah.
So I'll probably just go like hands off and like both sides.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Love on both sides.
Yeah.
Like bro, we had our shit. I ain't going back.
Exactly.
I ain't going. Back, bro. We got a company.
Yeah. We're winning now.
But you know, I love Jake. So I will strictly, if you guys ever fight, be watching to be fucking entertained as shit, and I will be having so much fun playing the middleman. Like I would be a stress. I want to do the press conference. Like I want to be asking the questions type of shit.
What like that Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, I want to be Ed Sheeran.
Oh fuck.
Eddie Hurt.
Eddie Hurt. Yeah.
I want to see that fight really, really badly, and I know it's mainly because the one thing that I think the both of you have, and I know you mentioned fighting styles, and you guys have very different fighting styles, and Jake is a very good fighter. I really do believe that the one thing that he does is he puts his life into it, and I mean that, and he always does.
No, he does.
The one thing that I think that you both have is an animalistic desire to draw blood, and I honestly believe that you guys, when you guys get in the ring, I mean, dude, I full transparency, I hated watching you fight Logan. I fucking hate it. I would stand there and just fucking clench my fist, and I didn't even want to watch because, well, he's a very technical boxer, and I think he trains very hard. You look like the person who has the intent on inflicting damage as fast as possible, and that scared me. As his best friend, that scared the shit out of me. And so, like, I want to see what happens when two people who are both hate that hatred and that animalistic capability see each other in the ring.
Yeah.
And I think everybody would like to see that fight.
I know everyone wants to see the fight. And it's annoying, like, you know, I've told my manager and everyone around me, all my team, that I want to fight. It's just obviously because of, like, everyone's always going to be like, oh, you're always just ducking him, you're always trying to make yourself busy. It's not like that. It's just like, when I try to find time, things always find a way, and then it's hard for me, like, just to say, oh, I can't do that now. Like, so I've kind of set in advance where I've gone, this is what I want. I want to stop, you know, everything here so I can have time to train and properly, you know, get in the ring and stuff. I know, but it's like I've had to do it in advance. And obviously COVID hasn't helped, and all these other situations haven't helped and slowed everything down. But, like, you know, I've got to, like, work with Sidemen stuff. That's every week. And, you know, obviously we're doing Side Plus, we get the, you know, XIX, all these other fucking brands. And it's like having to work towards that and find times for that is like one thing. Music as well, working on the next album, like, you know, I'm signing a new deal, and, you know, they're not going to be like, yeah, we'll just wait for you to fight. You know, we've given you this advance, blah, blah, blah. We'll just wait for you to just fight and that'll be it. Like, no, like, they're going to be like, we want to see our money work. We want to see what happens. So it's like, I have to work on that. And yeah, there's just a lot of other things that I've had to just deal with and, like, work on. And it's like, now, you know, once I get the time, once I get the point where I've told my team, this is where I want to stop everything so I can actually find time to train and, you know, really work on fighting again, and it's bliss. And because, you know, like, I've been itching. It's bro, like, it fucking irks me to see Jake just destroying everyone and winning, and just everyone constantly, like, being like, oh, wow, JJ, you pussy. Look what Jake's doing.
From an endeavor,
bro,
that you started.
Yes. Well, I mean,
Jake Paul, you started it.
But that's why it's so annoying. People don't think it gets me. It fucking gets to me. And, like, that's why it's annoying that I just have to deal with this. And I have to deal with people just telling me bullshit all the time, over and over and over again, when I'm there like, bro, I want to get in the ring. I want to fight. But there's just things that just, it's life. You know what I mean? I can't just push everything out the way because it's just not possible.
Camp shuts everything down. Camp shuts everything. Like, there's no, like, okay, I'm going to do this, and
you have to be in the zone because it's like Warrior. You're literally going in there to fight another human being and put your life on the line. Simple as that. And you can't just half-heartedly do it. It's just, you can't play with boxing.
What did you think about the Tommy exit, and where do you see Jake going?
We have to wrap up.
Oh,
Fuck. 3-4 minutes, that's a whole other thing. I don't care about Tommy Fury. I don't care about. That was good.
The end cap on the Jake thing, though, is we talked earlier about people's reality mirroring their art. Jake isn't that. He puts on a really good show to sell tickets, but I promise you that behind the scenes, his kid's like really changing and becoming.
Bro, fuck you. Let him fucking fight and see.
I want to make sure that he keeps it open for him.
Not yet.
He's becoming a good guy.
I want.
He's becoming a good guy.
Well, you know, he's a really good guy.
I want the blood. I want the blood. I want the blood. Dude, it's been an honor to have you.
Oh, bro, it's always, bro.
So good.
Yeah, man. I can't wait for this to get 10 million again.
We'll see.
Hopefully, yeah.
We'll see. If you guys are listening, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button. Also, Prime is probably, hopefully, in stores near you. Walmart, Target, Kroger, CVS, GNC, Vitamin Shop, and
soon in the UK. Soon. Oh.
Tesco
as the but like
I think in a month. And for people who are domestic, there are 10 golden Prime bottles hidden in retailers near you. For those of you who find them, you will be heavily rewarded. So go get some Prime. Look for the golden bottles. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Pulse. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Okay, now let's go to work a little bit. Okay, so G-O again, and I'm going to do something because I think that's how you do it. Take out my blade. Okay, so I need to charge the blade right now. The blade. Let's see if it works. I'm just curious. Oh, dude, this is not good. Somebody's really gonna be hurting with this one.
If you don't fail, you're not doing it right. And also with the things that you're active in, failure is
Because I'm gonna get it.
Histories are changed. But the option is to do nothing and not be involved and not once in a while. Like for instance, I've been fighting for a long time in all the stuff going on in Darfur and still fighting in South Sudan. Now the Sudan is again. Fire in the last few days. But there's some hope. My wife has actually got one of the perpetrators of the genocide. And doctors should be, doing your best to bring him to justice. Alan? Yeah. And I think that's, so where I've been pushing and failing, I can see at the other end there's that tiny bend towards justice. Well, her perspective must be amazing. You've been with her for a bit now, but now you can really see the possibility of prosecution and how actual justice can be meted out without it being some sort of vague idea.
That's right, because I can't freeze people's assets. I have to lobby the Treasury Department to do that against these sort of war criminals who are hiding their money in American British banks. There's a lot of stuff I can't do, but there's a lot of stuff my wife, as and the legal department can actually get done. So the advocacy can only go so far, and then suddenly it has to be picked up by my wife as well.
So, like, you went a long time without kids. Like, I'm still doing it. I got no kids.
You got no kids?
No, I got.
Jump in the water. It's fun.
You're gonna say that? You're not gonna say that?
Listen, I didn't want to get married. I didn't want to have kids. And then this extraordinary human being, and I fell madly in love. And I knew from the minute I met her that everything was good. I didn't know I'd have twins. There's that moment when you go to the doctor, they pull out this piece of paper, which is a sonar or something that a kid's not so
Right. And that
sonogram, and they go here, and he goes, it's a baby boy. And I'm like, oh, fantastic. And then they said, and the other one is a girl. And I was like, oh, yeah. Her sister has twins, and I was gobsmacked because I was kind of for one. You love it. Oh, I love it. And thank God they have each other during the pandemic.
Yeah, it's like kids. One and two.
You got a lot of cats, right?
Two. I got two. There's a couple of them. So wait. So you had a pretty good run in life.
Yeah.
In terms of relationships and fun.
Yeah.
So this was some undeniable feeling. It was nothing you'd ever experienced.
Nothing I've ever experienced. But I mean, yes, there was literally the first moment I met her, I thought, well, this is the most extraordinary, smart, brilliant, beautiful woman I've ever met. And I thought, why can't I find somebody like that? And we just met as friends, and then a few months later, I was in London doing a score for a movie that brought her over to Abbey Road. She was from a meeting at the Muslim Brotherhood. She was trying to solve a problem there, and I brought her to Abbey Road, where there's the huge 150-piece orchestra. I thought if you can't impress anybody here, then you can't impress.
The idea of George Clooney going, why can't I be a nice?
I went out with a lot of really nice, very smart galleries. So it's just, every once in a while there's somebody that's specifically for you. I feel like I feel that.
And the kid thing, was it a discussion or did you just come in?
Oh no, it was a discussion because we never discussed it. We didn't discuss getting married. I just dropped it on her, and it was like a surprise.
Yeah.
So we've been married for about a year. We were at a friend's house, and they had a kid there, which was loud and obnoxious. And I was like, oh shit. We went outside for a walk, and the mom said, and she never thought about it. She said, so we're awfully lucky in life. I said, yeah, we are. We're lucky we found each other. Yes. She said, it seems like that luck should be shared with some other, folks.
Yeah.
And I thought about it for, I don't know, maybe a minute. There was some silence. The two of us sat there. I don't think either of us had made a decision. And then I just said, well, I'm in if you're in. And she said, I think we should try. And so it was I have to say, it was very emotional. That was a lot. And it was comfortable.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah, you should. Alexander every morning, 8 in the morning, bangs on my bedroom door, and I go, who is it? And he goes, it is I, Alexander Clooney. And I open up the door, and he comes running in, and I laugh out loud, and they make me laugh. Yeah, I laugh every day.
It's sweet.
And they really are funny kids.
And actually, despite whatever anyone thinks or maybe what you even think, there's a good time in your life that do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, again, the hard part is being 60 and just the sheer like running around of it. But my mom had 2 kids by the time she was 19. They had no money. My folks were poor, so it was her alone with 2 kids. My dad going to work every day. I didn't have any of that. It was much easier.
Yeah, and also it seems like you're making different decisions career-wise. Doesn't seem like you're acting as much. I don't know what you're doing down there.
Yeah, not as much. It's interesting too is I'm really aware of a couple of things, which is I'm aware of the danger of celebrity with kids. I'm aware of the danger of having means with kids. Because we didn't. My mom made my clothes for me. And we were, we moved, like my dad said, we moved when the rent was due. We moved a lot. And so but I learned to be scrappy because of that. You put me in any situation, I can survive, And I can, change a fan belt on the car or fix a motorcycle. I can survive anything,
Yeah.
And I had to make sure that that's something that our kids get.
Yeah.
That's important.
Well, yeah, when they get old enough, you leave them out in the desert. And
Yeah, just drop them off. Yeah, give them like 2 sticks. It's a broken car. There was some wood shavings and a flint.
Well, I get it. But are you one of those people now that honestly believes like, oh, dude, I had no idea what an amazing thing they would change my.
Yeah, I am. I'm every bit. I literally, I'm so ashamed to admit that I'm the guy that you're just about to make fun of. I literally am this guy who, like, they come in the room and they have opinions and they're funny and they pull pranks on me, and I just look at them thinking, I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be, more surprised at how happy I am. So yeah, it's a very odd thing, I will say.
Well, let's talk about like I talk about you more than I should probably.
Oh yeah,
On the show because I'm a big supporter of the Clooney thing in the sense that like I believe, and I'm sure you're aware of it to a degree, that you are an old school movie star in a world where that doesn't really exist anymore. That you kind of have a sort of global presence and a sort of celebrity presence that is it's almost you've been compared to other people before, but I don't I try to figure it out as an actor because like lately this whatever your celebrity is I watch the movies and I'm like you're a great actor but you're essentially Clooney you don't lose the Clooneyism.
Right.
I mean maybe you do a little bit but you know what I'm saying.
I know
Some element of being a movie star is that you are consistently yourself. So there's part of you that's always out there, and obviously you have a tremendous amount of range, serious, killing people, making people laugh, all that, and you're a great actor. But I mean, is it a design? Do you manage your movie starness?
No, I don't. It's an interesting thing. When I was a kid, you watch movies. There were kind of 2 ways of going as an actor. There was a Spencer Tracy part where Spencer Tracy's always Spencer Tracy,
Right?
And and he's loved. I love Spencer Tracy, everything he does. And then there was this sort of Laurence Olivier who sort of fell in, became these roles, and you never really attached to him.
Yeah.
I think probably where I am in my career is by my lack of ability in some things. My inability to fully meld into other things.
Are you hard on yourself about that? Do you think? I mean, as an actor, do you have moments where you're like, boy, can I just learn the accent?
Yeah. Well, no, but I do. I try to tend to go where I feel I'm listen, I'm always trying to push. I'm always trying to do stuff that I'm uncomfortable with.
Like what?
Well,
Give me an example of something you were uncomfortable.
well, everything I direct is a complete departure from the last thing I did. Specifically.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, because you wanted to take the chances.
And, you know, I'm very lucky because there aren't many actors that are allowed to do drama and comedy, and I've been lucky enough to be allowed to do that. Possibly possibly because of my lack of massive success at either one of them. It's always been kind of in a good sort of singles and doubles.
Oh, that's not true though. That I mean, you're being humble. Yeah, I mean, you're very good at comedy, and you're good at comedy in a way where you don't have to where you play it straight. I mean, all the Coen brothers. I mean, Hail Caesar's a fucking masterpiece, and you're hilarious.
That might crack me up. You know, the funny one was Oh Brother. The first day of shooting Oh Brother, which is my first film with the Coens, I was nervous because those guys are maestros, you know.
Right.
And I'd never done anything like that, you know. And so the first day of shooting is a scene with John Goodman and Tim Blake Nelson where I get hit in the head with a branch, you know. And I'm playing, you know, I'm the dumbest guy on earth, you know. And I'm just Everett McGill, and I'm playing him like, you know, and I do one take, and I don't know how big it should be. I don't know where I fit in the Coen world, you know.
Yeah.
And then Joel comes over and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's great. Let's do one more take. Just remember, you're the smartest guy in every room you walk into." And that was it. That's the only direction basically he gave me. And I was like, oh, fuck, of course. Of course, yeah. And then everything you do is like, well, apparently you've been focused on nursing. All right, now pay for me. Everything becomes simple. That's called a really good director helping you. But so they're, you know, they have very simple, clean ways of explaining characters so that